Are you tired of putting hours of research in every week only to see your bets consistently lose and your bankroll slowly disappear? Do you get frustrated that you're not consistently making profits sports betting and all that time, energy, and research you're putting in is going to waste? Well, lucky for you, in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 3 websites that I use to research my sports betting picks every single day. There's an opportunity for you to skyrocket your growth if you follow these steps and stop making the 3 fatal mistakes that sports bettors tend to make. You need to start implementing these 3 websites into your daily repertoire if you want to become a profitable sports bettor right now. In fact, the last and most important website that I share with you helped me earn almost $7,000 just last month. Because I will warn you, if you skip just one of these steps or leave one of these websites on the sidelines, it's going to be the reason why you're not a consistent, profitable sports bettor. First, I need you to smash that subscribe button if you want to beat the sports books. I upload videos every week teaching you how you can become a profitable sports bettor, and you're not going to want to miss a video. The first website we're going to discuss is Covers.com, which is 100% free. This is a fantastic website that you need to have bookmarked and visit every single day for 5 to 10 minutes because all their information is free and nothing lives behind a paywall. So one of my favorite things to do is come up here to sports. I'll go over to scores and matchups for the NFL. Obviously, the only game going on in town is the Super Bowl. And right here, you just get some awesome information right off the hop, like checking out the records for each team against the spread, their last 10, especially on the road. What I love to do here is click over to matchup, and it's going to give you some solid stats right here on the game. It's going to give you, there's so much here, guys. It's for free. It's insane. So San Francisco, just in their last 10, how they did against the spread, who they played against, their over-under, did it hit, did it not hit? Likely, and they're also the same for Kansas City. We can come over here. We can look at the QB stats, their offense versus their defense. A lot of different things in terms of ranks. One of my other favorite things to do is come over to odds right over here. And then what we can do here is we can look at the line history right down here. What's super cool is if we just wanted to go up top here and go to money line, it's going to show you first and foremost the main books like FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, BetRivers. It's going to show you just the lines, but we're also going to be able to look at what the lines opened at all the way down here for FanDuel on Sunday, January 28th for San Francisco and Kansas City. And it's going to show you the lines for every single day for the money line, which is insane. I mean, this is just awesome information. If you come up here to prop projections, right, and we're looking at George Kittle for his receiving yards, they automatically show you the sports book that has the best odds. Now, granted, they're not going to show you a ton of different sports books, but these are the top main players that everybody has access to. Typically, with most websites, when you click on this read full analysis, then you have to subscribe or log in or pay for that extra plus membership. Not with Covers. Right here, it just kind of gives you a nice little description and breakdown of George Kittle and why we like his over on his receiving yards. If you're someone that's really into trends, this is a great spot to come to right here. San Francisco trends, like they have hit the first half game total over in 12 of their last 18. And then it shows you the best lines for the over-under for all the different books out here. So trends is a great spot that I love to go to kind of check out as well. But this doesn't solely factor in my decision making, saying, oh, we have to bet this, but this is just a small part of what I like to do each day when looking at plays and then coming over to Covers and getting some more insight. Now, guys, when we're over here in the NBA looking at this preview for the Raptors and the Pelicans, another really cool feature, if you scroll down, is they'll tell you the referees that are going to be refereeing the game and what their against the spread and over-under numbers are, right? When we come to the over-unders at 200 to 209 range, what these referees are for maybe Josh Tiven, we look at Andy Nagy. We have like a bunch of stats here. I think this is really cool. Again, as we get later on into the NBA season, because we're almost at the All-Star break, these numbers become, in my opinion, more powerful because we have more data for that season, and it can be very helpful. One of the most common mistakes that beginning sports bettors make is they don't go to Covers. They don't do really any research. They typically bet with their heart and not their head. But if you're still blindly tailing the guy on Twitter or using your gut to make your player prop bet decisions, you're never going to become a profitable sports bettor. Now, the second website that I use is not free. I use Props.cash. A lot of other sharps use Outlier. Either way, I like really both of them. I know Props.cash is slightly cheaper. You could pay $20 a month. I pay $200 for the entire year, or if you just want to bet on the NBA or NFL and get access to those particular leagues, it's just $100 for the entire season. This is where I do a lot of my player prop betting research. So once again, we click on the Nathan MacKinnon for Colorado. It's going to show you right here his over, his under, and then you're going to be able to see this is just for shots on goal, over 3.5, his last 10 games. Maybe what's his head-to-head against the Rangers, and it'll show you right here that even though these are 2021 games right here and then 2022, he's hit over on all of these. If you wanted to go back and just look at his last maybe 30 games, it's going to show you what his hit rate is. Maybe you didn't want to bet him at 3.5. Maybe you were on doing a prize picks or underdog and you just got him at 3 shots. Or maybe you got him at 4 shots and you kind of want to find out what his hit rate is. I love coming over here, guys, and looking at different players. They'll also show you right here the sports books, some of the popular ones and their odds. I don't necessarily use this per se as my guide for the odds, because they're just showing you the main lines. And then they're also going to show you, kind of like the Rangers right here, what their defense is. Obviously, if it's red, that means it's not good for MacKinnon because the Rangers have a stingy defense for goals or shots on goal, shot attempts. There's a lot of really solid information here. And what I also really like is we kind of scroll down a little bit. You're going to be able to take a look at injuries. And then you can kind of also say, well, if that Gabriel Landeskog, we know he's on long-term IR. But if certain players are out for a day or two, you can find out what those players' numbers look like for shots on goal when it comes to if a certain player is in and out of the lineup. I find tools like Props.cash and Outlier to be really solid when it comes to sports that have a lot of games, like the NHL, the NBA, and MLB. Football, I'm not saying in the NFL that it doesn't provide value, but there's really a smaller amount of games compared to the NBA and particularly baseball. And when we're looking at stats and trends, I feel like this could be a much more powerful tool. Especially when it comes to the NBA, like when we're looking at this Heat Magic game, there's just so many different things that we can bet on here in the NBA. So if we just wanted to look at assists and we look at Terry Rozier, his line's at 4.5. He's hit the over now in 3 straight. Right, so we just click on him over here. Obviously, Orlando's defense is really solid, and then you can kind of get a look at what's going on. What they have is his projections, and let's say we find out that Tyler Hero's got a headache, he's going to be without. So then you can kind of get an idea of what Terry's numbers would look like without Tyler Hero this year. I also love looking at this when it comes to, Terry's at home, the Heat are at home, so what's his numbers look like in his last 10 home games? Obviously, guys, trends don't dictate everything, but again, just like covers, this is another tool that I love to use to add into my decision-making process. And if you saw up here in the top, CSGO is on Props.cash. So for my underdog people, prize picks, maybe you're doing dabble, this is awesome as well, guys. For it comes to esports and you're putting some slips together, you can really get some solid numbers on map kills and a lot of different statistics. And this is a new little feature right here that Props.cash has added, and I would expect that they would add League of Legends moving forward as well, because it's only getting more popular and we're going to be able to see a lot more players, a lot more different types of lines. I think it's going to really help for your daily fantasy slips as well. If you're watching this right now and you're like, gee whiz, this sounds like a lot of work. Well, that's because it is. If you're serious about making money sports betting and you want to become profitable, these are the things that you need to start implementing now. As Captain Jack likes to say, sports betting will take as much time as you will give it, and then it will ask for more. Blindly tailing tout picks will leave your bankroll in ruins. If you're not willing to put in the work and the research, then you're hoping and praying that the person that you are tailing is doing the work and the research. Finally, the last website that I use every single day that helped me earn almost $7,000 just last month. And that website is OddsJam. Whether it's OddsJam or OddsShopper, in this day and age, if you are serious about being profitable, making money sports betting, you need to have some type of software that is going to help find you plays that have an edge. So guys, linked in the description will be a 1-week free trial to OddsJam. And then after the trial ends, if you want to save 35% off your first month, use my code Billy35. And so while we're over here on the main screen here for the NBA, as you can see, things are updating in real time for the live games that are going on to tonight's games. But But also I like to come over here early on when lines open up for tomorrow's NBA games and just kind of get a feel to see if I can find any value at all. This is something that I don't talk about a lot on my channel, but it's actually another really cool tool that I use quite a bit just to kind of get a feel for what's going on and maybe if I can find some early value. Then I'll come over to the positive EV tool. I'll take a look at some of the plays here that have an edge, and then I'll go take a look at covers and Props.cash and see if any of these plays maybe not only have an edge, but have some sound trends or statistics behind it that kind of encompass my entire decision making. Back when I first started out, I would just blindly bet everything on this screen. But as I've aged and evolved, I feel like I'm becoming a more savvy sports bettor. So using covers and Props.cash, combining with the positive EV tool, I feel gives me a really sound, solid edge that has helped me become a very consistent, profitable sports bettor. Likewise, the same way with this Grizzlies-Knicks play for tomorrow, lines open up 217, and a book out here in Arizona, Superbook, has the 217 under at -110, where these three books open up at -129, -130. Let me hop over to covers. Let me jump into the research to read up a little bit on maybe the Grizzlies and Knicks, how they've been shooting their last 10, their defense, who's in, who's out. This all becomes a part of my research when I'm looking at these plays. The last thing that I'll share with you guys is that I got absolutely smoked in MLB baseball season. And now I realize that maybe just blindly tailing these plays isn't always the smartest thing to do because the numbers say so. I need to become a more well-rounded sports bettor. Now you have the tips to successfully research your picks so that you can start growing your bankroll month after month. Though researching your picks simply won't be enough if you don't have some type of betting strategy in place. Check out my highly profitable 5-step betting strategy that has helped me earn over $30,000. Click on this video right here to find out exactly what I do step by step so that you can start earning right now.